Bienvenidos a Diario de Cuba. Hoy miramos hacia Ucrania. Ya hace más de 2 meses, hace más de 3 meses ya comenzó la guerra en ese país, y lo que muchos pronosticaban sería una guerra relámpago ha continuado en el tiempo, acabando con la vida de muchísimas personas y acabando con un país entero, ¿no? Un país que ha quedado en ruinas, y ese país es Ucrania. Por eso no podemos dejar de mirar hacia allí, y para hablar de ese tema hoy nos acompaña Yuriy Sak, portavoz del Ministerio de Defensa ucraniano y consejero del Ministerio de Defensa, es quien le habla al oído al ministro de Defensa de ese país. Hello, Mr. Sak. Thank you very much for being with us in our program today. How are you?
Hello, thank you very much for inviting me. I'm okay, thank you.
I can imagine. My first question, mi primera pregunta es, ¿cuál es la situación actual y cuáles son las últimas noticias que se van conociendo? Mr. Sak, how is the current situation right now in Ukraine? What are the latest news that you have?
Well, the situation has been very intense for the last couple of weeks, as you know. The enemy, the aggressor, the Russian Federation, they continue to try to achieve their objectives. At the moment, they are trying to encircle Ukrainian armed forces in the east of Ukraine. There are very heavy street-to-street battles in the city of Severodonetsk. Russians continue to use every type of weaponry that they have. They continue to destroy peaceful civilian infrastructure, residential areas. Just this night, they have destroyed a shopping mall on the outskirts of Kharkiv, and Kharkiv is not even in the east of Ukraine. So the most heavy fighting continues now in the east, but there is not one city or village or place in Ukraine which is not at risk of a missile strike. Because 3 days ago, as you probably also know, there was a missile strike again at Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. So yes, and with all this intense fighting going on, Ukrainian army continues to be efficiently defending our territories, even though we are dramatically requiring new weaponry, new heavy weaponry, which we have been requesting from our international partners, which already began arriving in Ukraine. But we are a little concerned about the speed with which it arrives and the quantity that we are getting.
Yo quisiera seguir preguntándole al señor Sak, ¿qué más puede hacer la comunidad internacional? Porque sí, están recibiendo armas, pero ya han pasado 3 meses. No sé si ellos están conformes con lo que están recibiendo de los diferentes países alrededor del mundo, o si pueden hacer más. Mr. Sak, what else can the international community do to help the Ukrainian people? Do you think that what the countries are doing so far is enough for you?
The international community is very diverse, and different partners of Ukraine have shown, different type of support and different efficiency of support. So there are countries which have been very efficient in providing Ukraine with support. Such countries like, for example, the United States of America, of course, the United Kingdom, Poland, the Baltic states, Slovakia. So there are many countries in Europe and beyond Europe, Australia, for example, who are really trying to help Ukraine defeat this evil. There are other countries who seem to be supporting Ukraine. They say all the right things, but the real support from them is not coming as fast and as efficiently as we wished it would. But we just hope that this is temporary, and we hope that, even in those countries who are still slow, a little bit on the slow side, that they will keep the pace and they will catch up. That's a very important thing, because what I didn't say, what I forgot to mention in my first answer was that today in the east of Ukraine, because we are outpowered in terms of heavy weaponry, every day, around 100 Ukrainian soldiers are killed in action. Now, I want you to understand, 100 of Ukrainian soldiers, and these are different people. You know, some of the Ukrainian soldiers who went into battle before February 24, they were IT specialists, they were musicians, they were designers, they were builders, businessmen, and now they're defending their country with the weaponry in their arms. And they're dying 100 a day. And more than 500 are wounded every day. More than 500. And, you know, when a soldier gets wounded in action, you know, sometimes they lose their legs, their arms. It could be very severe. Mm. So it's not, our main hope is that Europe and the international community will not go on holiday now, thinking, you know, that the summer is coming. So war doesn't go on holiday. War continues to kill people every day. And we have to remember this. And we really count on the civil society in every country. So the civil society plays a very important role. They have the power to influence their parliaments. They have the power to influence their politicians. They have the power to influence their governments. And this needs to be happening. So no time to relax, no time to be tired of war, because the war didn't go anywhere. It is still here, and it is still killing people. It is still killing children. Like, look, another aspect which I'm sure you and your listeners would be interested in, and something that you already have heard about, is the risk of a global food crisis. Mm-hmm. Ukraine is one of the top providers of agricultural products in the world. We provide wheat, grain, sunflower seeds, sunflower oil to numerous countries in Northern Africa, in Middle East, in other parts of the world. Right now, we have millions of tons of these agricultural products, which we are unable to export because the Russian aggressors, these war criminals, they are blockading the Black Sea, which means we are unable to send these products to our other countries. Mm-hmm. And just so that you understand the scale of the problem, if we were to deliver these products by land, for example, in trucks, it would take us 5 years to just deliver what we already have in our stock.
No, I see. It's a complete disaster in all the world. This war is not good for anyone, and that
is a very important point to remember. That is a very important point to remember. That, you know, the global food crisis can kill millions of people and trigger a global migration crisis. So all the migrants will come again to Europe, you know, and there are now more than 5 million, for example, Ukrainian refugees in Europe. So even in addition to the Ukrainian refugees, Europe will start receiving more. No time to relax. This is what we're saying. This is what everybody needs to understand. We need to stop this war now. To stop this war now, we need heavy weapons. No time for long thinking, long discussions. Everybody understands everything. We are always very clear about our requests. We have told all our country partners what we need. Let's get it delivered. Let's stop the war. Let's restore peace in Europe.
And my last question, mi última pregunta es con las condiciones actuales de armamento y municiones que tiene Ucrania. Yo sí quisiera saber cuánto tiempo creen que puede durar esta guerra. Taking into account the weapons and ammunition that you have, how long do you think this war could last, Mr. Sak?
Well, look, if I could answer you that question, I'd be probably, richer than Elon Musk because I would have a crystal ball and I would be able to tell the future. I'm not able to tell the future, but I can tell you one thing, and I will repeat this. I can assure you that it will last much less if we get the weapons soon. If we don't get the weapons, it will last longer, and it will result in more casualties, both in Ukraine and internationally. So, but I understand that you probably are interested in some, timelines and look, we can probably say that optimistic scenario, a scenario in which Ukraine gets everything that we requested within the next, I don't know, couple of weeks up to a month, we will be able to start liberating our cities. We will be able to start our counterattack this summer. Mm-hmm. And maybe by the end of this year, we will be able to reach a point at which Russia will have no other choice but to negotiate a stop to this war on our terms. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but when Mr. Lavrov, the foreign minister, when he was speaking today at a press conference in Istanbul in Turkey, where he went with a visit, and a journalist asked him, told him that, look, Ukrainian side says that in order for these negotiations to be efficient and meaningful, the Russian troops have to withdraw to the level before February 24. And Mr. Lavrov, I'm even disgusted to call him Mr. This guy, this war criminal, he says, well, that's not a serious approach to negotiations. Come on, you're aggressors. You're on our land killing our people. Get out. Do you know what I mean? This is our approach. We will not bend. We will not surrender. We will kick them out. It's just a matter of, what will be the cost of our victory. But we will win this war.
Mm-hmm. And that's the message that we want to send to the war, because it's like you say, the war is never on vacation. The war is never stopping, and people are dying. So this is the message that we want to send to the people.
Thank you so much. That's a very important message.
Yeah. Thank you for being with us again. I assume you are very busy right now and you are talking with us to send this message to the world. And we wish peace to your war, to the people. And of course, we will keep in touch.
Okay, thank you so much. And if possible, please send me the link to this interview, maybe when it's published. I would appreciate that.
Yeah. When it's published, I'm going to send the link. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.